Hey Laowinners, it's Laowinners here with another video. So many of you subscribers have actually said, I wish that I could go to my local Chinese takeout place to get all the real authentic Chinese food that you always eat in your videos in China. So actually I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, I believe that you can get any single Chinese restaurant to cook you authentic Chinese food because I have a theory. Chinese people from China should be able to come up with some sort of authentic Chinese dish because that's what they grew up eating and cooking. And number two, what if I told you that most Chinese restaurants have a secret Chinese menu for Chinese people only, and that you shouldn't be afraid to ask for that menu and actually try out some of those dishes.
Secret 的一般的他们会有两种不同的那种菜单。
Today we're going to go inside this restaurant, which is called Moonstar, your average Chinese takeout place that has General Tso's and lo mein and egg rolls and all that kind of good stuff. But we're going to try to order real, authentic Chinese food from a secret Chinese menu. Come in. Yeah. 点菜，对，我们点菜。
点菜。Okay. Yeah. How are you?
How are you?
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
先这样子。好，谢谢。Thank you. Yeah.
Now, Vivi, have you ever heard of egg rolls before you came to America?
I heard of egg roll, but usually they're dim sum. Sometimes they're kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the texture and everything is absolutely not like you can ever have it in America. Those like American kind of authentic Chinese
Right.
thing.
Yeah, egg rolls are like ubiquitous with Chinese restaurants here, and like everyone gets egg rolls. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, you're looking for an authentic egg roll.
We'll have a pancake.
Right.
Like
that's what we
煎饼
call it in China.
对
Right?
煎饼
So scallion pancakes.
Yeah.
So basically, we got that with meat in it today to replace the egg roll, right? It's not soggy, it's not chewy on the outside. It's much nicer to eat than an egg roll. Really nice, super good, much better than an egg roll to me. What about you?
This is absolutely what I'm expecting. And then inside they have a really like a 酱牛肉 kind of
Right,
thing. They
almost
roll
like a jerky or dried beef, right?
Yeah, I really like the quality of this.
It's really good. It's really good. Definitely much better for sure. Normal American Chinese restaurant, still authentic recipe. Really cool stuff.
It's amazing.
Here we go.
It's fish with sour cream.
Great. So egg drop soup, hot and sour soup. I gotta ask you something. Have you heard of those soups in mainland China?
Egg drop soup, pretty rare.
It's definitely not something I could say you could go to any old Chinese restaurant in China and get. Hot and sour soup, not the same. Not the same. Actually, it's just very rare. I've been there in China for like 10 years. I haven't seen them once. So to switch it up, to make it a little, I should say a lot more interesting, we got a soup today.
Yeah.
But this soup is a pickled vegetable with fish slices, basically, no bones, and it's kind of like a stewy, spicy soup. And to me, that's a lot more interesting than this kind of sloppy, gloopy egg drop soup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's for sure. This dish actually recently in China is getting really popular.
Super everywhere you go.
People even use that as a hot pot base.
Right.
Because they have the soup that like can maintain a lot of spice and then you can like cook with everything.
Right.
That's amazing.
So basically you have a lot of cilantro in there to kind of cut through the spiciness. You got a lot of chili peppers. You got kind of this red base sauce here. Very spicy, isn't it? I wouldn't be drinking it, chugging it down like a normal bowl of chicken noodle soup. It is very, very spicy. But to me, it's a lot more interesting to eat a delicious, soft, succulent piece of fish with a lot of interesting vegetables around it than to sit down and just drink that very gluten-y kind of thick broth that you'd get in like a hot and sour soup. Instead of beef and broccoli, get beef. This is called gangguo niu. Gangguo niu means like a dry pot beef. And that basically means they take a clay pot, they cook the beef with not too much sauce and stuff on the top. It's not that kind of brown sauce that they drizzle all over the beef and broccoli, right? It's got a lot of fresh vegetables in it. So when they cook it with all these spices and different vegetables and stuff, you're not left with this kind of really filling, sickeningly sweet, almost like brown slop that you get in a lot of Chinese restaurants. I don't want to sound too negative, but that's true. So with this, you have this crispy, delicious beef. and it's thinly sliced. And even if it's the same kind of beef that they're using in the beef and broccoli type dishes, the preparation makes it so much better.
One thing made me really appreciate about like this kind of dish, the texture is totally different. Your mom was cooking. You just directly put this stuff to grow or just in the pot. But we love to marinate it at least like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or even overnight.
Right.
The texture you taste, it's absolutely different.
Totally agree, and that just tastes better. I kind of sad that you hate my mom so much, but whatever. It's not just boring broccoli. You get things like lotus. You get things like, you know, green peppers and these really deliciously slightly burnt chilies, which add so much flavor to everything. Little treats, little hidden secrets. You got Whittier mushroom here. You never know what you're gonna find in these bad boys. What about an equivalent for a chicken dish? Everyone goes General Tso's chicken, sesame chicken, orange chicken. It's like eating McDonald's. It's fast food.
From China.
They're not from China, right?
They're not. They're American food. I would recommend if you are trying to get some like chicken dish, I suggest sanbeiji.
Sanbeiji. Now that actually translates to 3-cup chicken.
Yes.
Because they use 3 cups of different things. So this basically will have basil. It has sesame oil. It has soy sauce and cooking wine, basically.
Yeah.
And it's so simple, and it's very rare to see Chinese food with basil in it. But to me, it's a much more delicious
It's really good.
dish than sesame chicken.
Like my grandma is like wicked good at that one. She's suck at everything except that.
That is very, very good. The flavors in that are so much better than pouring sugar syrup, basically, all over your deep fried chicken.
If you want like real authentic Chinese food, the main thing is not making you fat.
Right.
So stop. Like even you like those. Sometimes I suggest you if you want to go.
I promise
authentic,
you, the authentic stuff tastes
go
better.
lean.
Go lean.
Go lean.
We've covered beef, maybe. We've covered chicken. We've covered a soup replacement. We've covered egg roll replacements. One of the most important things I want to cover today, and this is gonna either disappoint you or you're gonna be super excited to go try it. But instead of going out and getting lo mein or chow mein, by the way, which is not the correct way to say it. Can you explain that, by the way?
炒面. 炒 is fry. So usually we will order 炒面. Usually in a really authentic Chinese restaurant, they have 2 options, 炒面 and 炒河粉. 河粉 is actually from Canton area. It's like flat, thin with the rice gluten thing. So it actually soaking up all the sauce.
So much better than that spaghetti replacement that you get when you get lo mein at a Chinese restaurant.
But so right now we have a
beef fried hefen.
beef fried hefen.
And hefen is something you get on the side of the road anywhere in Guangdong in southern China.
It's
delicious.
a really comfort food, and especially like we got the 宵夜 tradition. It's like, for example, after
midnight snack.
Yeah, after you eat dinner, and then sometimes you want to go out, hang out with your friend and drink this with the beer or whatever. That's sitting right outside of the street, and then like chatting with your friend, and that's just amazing memory.
So there you have it, Vivi. We have covered pretty much replacements for every non-authentic Chinese dish if you want to try the real thing, and most restaurants should actually be able to do this for you because it's not outlandishly difficult to prepare these dishes. And guess what? I gotta throw this out there. The Chinese restaurant that you go to that has all this American Chinese food or Westernized Chinese food, what do you think they eat? Do you think they're eating the same thing as you? Absolutely not. Sometimes you have a secret menu, sometimes you just have to talk to them.
Yep, absolutely.
Show them this video and say, listen, I want to try these dishes.
I know your secret. Bring out your secret.
I see you guys in the back eating your meals with your families. We know what you got. We know what you got.
Secret 的一般人他们会有2种不同的那种菜单。那我们有一种是 American Chinese， 那另外一种是真正的中国菜。我们想更多的美国人认识我们是什么样是真正的中国菜，而不是那种 American Chinese food。基本上他们会点芥蓝鸡啊、甜酸鸡这些比较常规的这个 American Chinese food。其实他们也很能够接受那些真正的中国菜。
By the way, Vivi, if anyone wants to go out there and see real authentic Chinese food in America, Winston and I did Quest for the Best Chinese in America, where we drove what is it, 3,000 or 4,000 miles in search of authentic Chinese food in the U.S., and we found 8 really stellar, outstanding restaurants. So that's over on ADVChina. And I really hope you guys enjoy that series, because if you like this video, you're definitely going to like that too, right? Thanks so much, Laowinners. I'll catch you
On the next one.